Alright people, how are we doing out there today? So you're going to be breaking in these boots. These are my new hikers I just got. Test them out and see how they work out. So I'm up here early so I can get back in. I got some very important phone calls that I have to make that have to be done today. But I want to get out and get some exercise in. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is, well, it's not about the company, well, I guess so, ILEG Technology Screens. But we have this thing we call Daily Walk and Talk. I was thinking about live streams forever. There's things that still have to go on. I want to do something on Sunday, preaching about the Lord. Of course, that's definitely a must. And basically, the Daily Walk and Talk, get that exercise in every day. Hopefully, depends on how busy my schedule is. Now my schedule's getting busy. I don't have time to be outside every day. I don't want to break into new boots. I'm curious to see how comfortable these things are. So get up early, get it done, get back in, get all my phone calls done, and probably do some demonstrations on that splatter screen. Allentown early in the morning. So bam. And make sure the counters are on, because last time I came out here, the counters were not on. So make sure they're running. Got 100% on the phone, which is good. This taco didn't get in a fight with it. Let's see what we got going on here. Tell me we're activated. Yes, we're going right now. So we're at 372 steps. That's right now. Right on. Get up the day, get that workout in. Because I had a cheesesteak yesterday at the car show, and I'm like, we gotta burn that off. Yep, got the shoulders looking nice. Yep. I got every day. Every day. Well, I work out 7 days a week either way. I work out 7 days a week. Because I'm used to it. It wasn't always 7 days a week. First started off, it was less than that. Way less than that. Come on. It was way less than that. Because you know, lung disease. You know how hard it is to breathe and lift weights at the same time? You barely can breathe. It's very, very hard to do. But, you know, I had to overcome those parts. Now here I am, I can do my walk. Oh, these feel much better. Much better. I didn't like the Pumas. Pumas had this high heel, and then it was low. It literally felt like I was walking in high heels. That's what I thought. Why would they make them that way? It's like maybe they're good for baby basketball, but they were cross fitness. Man, they were uncomfortable. It's like my feet felt like they're in a constant slant all the time. And then if you're talking about going downhill, it was even worse. Because like I was gradually pushing all my weight forward in those shoes. It was very uncomfortable. To the end, looked like a point because they were soft material. I have no idea why they made them that way. These right here, I paid less, $10 less, and these are far more comfortable than what I paid for. Sometimes unnamed brands are the good ones. I'm gonna put you guys right here for a minute. I got full pants on for a minute. I like to keep myself nice and neat. I have to bend over for a minute to tie my shoes up. I like to be tidy. Horrible fun fact I gotta add real quick. Those of you guys who like to wear your pants sagging around your waist, your buttocks, do you have any idea what that stands for? This is why it pays to crack books. If you know anything about your history, you know what that stands for. It's pretty jacked up what it stands for. There's a term for that. It didn't start because of a whole gangster style. It started farther back than that. It started in the slave era. So when you walk around with your butt hanging out, some of you got it all the way down past where your whole buttocks is exposed. It was a term used back then when the slave owners, but they had a guy and it was a real big guy. They felt it was threatening. They would rape him. And to let them know which ones they've already raped, they would have them where their pants sagged so their butt was showing, so they know which ones that they've already entered. And that's what that stands for. So when you walk around like that and people who know history see that, they know what that stands for. So you know, might want to pull your pants up, because that's what it stands for, really. That's why it pays to know knowledge. It's an attractive thing to start the day with, but I just saw some people wearing their pants, literally, young people, past their buttocks area. That's what that stands for. It also stands for another term in prison. You walk in there like that, I guarantee you get some callers. It's an advertisement in there. Like you're saying that you're willing. So, yeah, I would start pulling those britches up. I had one in the family who was suburban and swore he wanted to be a gangster. And he kept coming to family get-togethers with his pants sagged around like that. And my first intention was to kick him in his privates, because that's what I was going to do at first. But she's like, no, she might want him to have kids, don't do that. So I explained to him, and I still talk to him. Don't no theory behind it. People want to do what they want to do. So he paid with consequences. And what were those consequences? Well, if you don't know what poison oak looks like, and I do, and you're urinating in front of it, of course, with your pants around your ankles, I take my foot, gently put it against your back, and push you, private area first, into a tree of poison oak. You got poison oak all through his private area. Never did it again. Guarantee that much. It's a lesson well learned. So that was the end of that. He's on the phone crying and carrying on. He's about 16 years old, crying on the other end. His sister was laughing about it, because again, I warned him. He didn't listen, so he paid the price. So now, grown man with kids and all that, laugh about that. Tells his own kids to pull their pants up. Not gonna have any hoolums. Why would you want to show your butt out like that? Give you an idea what that gives off. I don't know, when I grew up in the era of Run DMC and all that, nobody walking around their butt hanging out. Everybody had their pants pulled up. See people wearing them Levi's pulled up. Yeah. Look it up in history books what it really stands for. Bet you won't do it again. Unless you're into that, then you'll do it. All right, so I clear it up real quick. Jeez, my goodness. I swear if I had kids that came in like that, I'd pull my belt out and beat the daylights out of them. Oh, you know how to use a belt? Well, I do. I'll show you how we use a belt. Guarantee you wear one after I get done with you. And you walk out of a household, you represent the family. You ever been taught about it that way? You come out of that household looking neat. See, which one to walk up? Think we do this way. You come out of that household looking neat, and you represent your family. You're out there, hair all naughty looking, acting all crazy on the street, carrying on. You represent your family. Your mother, your father, brothers and sisters. Of course you're gonna do reckless stuff, we all do. I've done tons of reckless stuff. But still, I was neat. I had my hair cut, new sneaks, or kicks, what you want to call them. Freaking fresh jeans on, everything. I was sharp. See, tripping over, freak. I was sharp coming out of that house every single time. But I got in trouble that day. All right, so get our workout in, people. Of course, workout starts off with push-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups, all that stuff before we do our walk. If you can't do all that, it doesn't make a difference, just take a walk. Walking is free, absolutely free. Get out. If you can't make it to the block, at least progress. You make it outside. You take a little step here and there. First step is always the beginning of progress. Some people said I can't do 18,000, can't do 10,000 steps. The fact that you made one step is more important than the 10,000 because you made the effort. Whew. I love when I bump into people and they say, oh, you must eat really healthy. What eating habits are probably worse than your kids. I'm trying to remember what the freak I had for, not the down but I had enough breakfast food under the walks. Most likely it would involve candy, some kind of pastry, and maybe cereal. That's usually what I usually like to eat. I eat like a 5-year-old. I shit like a 5-year-old. But for some reason it works for my chemistry. I don't know why. I've been eating like this on day one. That's a beautiful dog. There's some beautiful dogs, I gotta tell you. I gotta check out this place right here. They got some really nice stuff in here. I like retro stuff. They got really nice retro gear in there. Let's go pop over to that window. Look at this. This is the kind of stuff I like. Oh, okay. This is something. That right there, I love. That's beautiful. I'm gonna pop in here one day. See what they got in here. Oh, look at that ceiling light with a cage around it. Got some vintage chairs in there. Oh, beautiful dog. That's why I said I like to find some of these old stores that people neglect. Those ones have the best stuff in it. That's where you can find something at the end of the day that nobody has. Because, you know, especially for you, what do you call it, suburbanites? You guys call yourselves? Keep it up, buddy. You're gonna lose that weight. Yep. I'll lose it. I see him here walking every day. But anyway, it's a competition out there with him. I noticed that because when I lived out there in Haventown, it's a competition thing. The lawns competition, inside competition. It's all competition. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Like, I don't know what's worse. Living in the hood or living out there. I think living out there was worse. Because at least in the Badlands, you know where you're staying. People will tell you what they feel about you because they will tell you that. Out there, people snicker and smile. That's the worst. That's the absolute worst. That's a bunch of Benedict Arnolds out there. So out there and smile in your face and everything. And, oh, you know, so-and-so and so and blah, blah, blah. Then immediately, I can't stand that so-and-so and so. Yeah, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Everybody's so fake out there. Not saying everybody, but majority are fakes. Keep up the Joneses process. I'd rather people are real at. If you don't like me, tell me you don't like me. That works better for me. I'm not here trying to win no popularity contest. I couldn't care less. Only one person in that whole neighborhood I got along with. And I was the woman across the street. No, 3 people I got along with. The guy was military on the other side. He did masonry work. He was down to earth. And the old lady across the street. Only these 2 realest people in that whole freaking neighborhood. Everybody was fake in that neighborhood. Guy across from me was a Carlton. Definitely was a Carlton. Definitely was a Carlton from the door. You know what Carlton is from the Fresh Prince. But anyway, they're all fakes. And the other guy on this side, he was the fakest of them all. Because he come out there, he had a beautiful lawn. He used to be a landscaper. Now I'm not going to hate on you and say I can't stand you. No, I just don't like your attitude. You had a beautiful lawn. I give credit where credit is due. Very nice lawn. He was just a jerk about the whole thing. So, new family moved in across from him. They set up a nice little area out there for them to sit at and chill. And he had to come out there and put something extra. I mean, you got to keep looking in their direction. You know, trying to get them to come over so you can brag about your blah, blah, blah. That's the same joke. And the minute we moved in, he came over to me, oh, got to get yourself an 80-inch TV. I saw that when we was coming in. I saw the TV. Got it right up in this window, so everybody can see it. Got to get 780 TV, you know, for you and your girl. Yeah, okay, buddy. You don't know what I do for a living, do you? I ain't saying anything about it. Let them find out. Oh, I'm halfway there, and these sneakers still are absolutely amazing. But anyway, yeah. Came over with a bunch of nonsense. I got to upgrade and get a bigger screen. Because that's the way to do it. I ain't paying no mind at all. So my stuff got there. Got a 126-inch Elite screen, edgeless. Converted with the black technology, of course. Got an Optima GT 5500. Hooked it up, set it up. And I guess they were doing, oh, they were taking apart the coffee table. Dining room table. I had a dining room table there we didn't need. So he was coming over with tools. So mine were all packed up. Take it apart. And the landlord first, he said, would you see the size of his screen? Because now I got the biggest screen now on the block. Oh, that burnt him up. He came over and stuff had the lights out. Came out and said, well, you know, that's projection. You got to have the lights out. I turned the lights on. He was like, yeah, shut them down. He even had the ceiling displayed at the same time. So look at the ceiling. He's got the ceiling with stars. This is crazy. This is beautiful. He couldn't stand it. It was driving him nuts. I just walked over to him and said, hey, you got to get one of these, you know, for your lady. I call his wife your lady. That's a respectful way to say it, not your girl. Being disrespectful. That joker thought he could go anywhere he wanted to go. He was saying something else. I had a conversation with him. He walked around my driveway one time. And I had to go out there and have a little conversation with him. Look, I may rent and you may own, but I still rent the spot. Just because you know the owners don't give you free will to walk down my driveway. Do you have an understanding on this? He said, yeah, we got an understanding. I said, okay, move. You got and walked. That's the thing about some people in life. You have to put that authority down. If you don't, they will run all over top of you. I had two neighbors that lived next to did that nonsense. Got to put them in their place. Some people are like, oh no, we just want to be nice. No, I ain't got time for that nonsense. Oh, look at it, halfway there, people. Boom, these things are super comfortable. I'm loving them. But anyway, yeah, you got to. Some people don't do that. Some people believe in, they're not, don't have to be aggression. But you have to stand your ground. There's not, they're going over top of you. I don't think you pay and own your house or rent your house or whatever. You got somebody telling you at the end of the day what they feel about your property at the end of the day. And people ain't afraid to speak up for themselves. They'll sit there and go, you know, well, try to reason. Look, man, at the end of the day, I couldn't care less if we don't speak no more, don't talk no more. That's just another person I ain't got to deal with. That's how I see it. I ain't trying to be your friend, your best friend, none of that. I had to lay that down to him the first day I came in. Because I could see it already, because we're next door neighbors. I ain't trying to be your friend, I'm your buddy. Don't expect us to be kicking back and drinking beer, because I don't even drink beer at that. It ain't gonna happen. I'm here to get my job done, work, make my money, and that's it. Come over, you need something, I got you. I ain't coming to you, because I ain't that type of person. I ain't coming to you for nothing. If I need it, I'll provide it my own way. Other than that, you know, that's how it's gonna be, you know. So I work with people. If you don't like the music, I turn it down. I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm not into all that whole buddy nonsense. Same thing with the apartment down here, which you're about to hit pretty soon. Somebody came to my door telling me, oh, you know, this is fantastic. We got a new person that moved in, you know, maybe we can all get pizza together. Like, look, here's the thing. Never come to this door ever again. Because I don't work. I don't want to be disrupted. I don't want people coming to my door telling me we're going to do this. So, no. Opt me out of everything. I'm here to work, make money, leave. That's it. Only neighbors I'll connect with is when I move out to the country. Because them suckers will be a mile away from me. And I'll work with them with no problem. Because I won't ever see them, hardly ever see them. And they won't ever see me, hardly. I can work with that. All right, people. The $30 sneaker. Actually, I'm going to do a review on these things. I usually never do Amazon reviews. These things are freaking amazing. Like I said, I only paid $40 for these things. And they're super comfortable. And they said they came a little big. 9.5 is what I wear, but I wear a triple E. I got a wide foot. And that's the problem I have with having a wide foot. Yeah, it came from the era of the Run DMCs. My mom was like, you may want to lace your sneakers up because your feet are going to spread. Your arches are going to collapse. There's no arch supporting those sneakers. Yeah, them Adidas. The ones they have with the lace up in them, the wide ones, the snakeskins, they had no form of arch support for jack in them. And then you're wearing them wide on across the street because she feels nervous. I sense that. But anyway, yeah. Those things were freaking wide. They were super wide, no laces in it, because people were worrying about the laces. Run DMC came outside, was doing this rap about my Adidas and wearing those shoelaces. So everybody was wearing those shoelaces. You imagine that by a brand new pair of kicks and you rocking them with those shoelaces, and you had to wear your socks doubled up. You had to fold them over, fold them over, fold them over. So that way when you put your Levi's down, your Levi's were boot cut. When your Levi's down, they would cuff between the tongue and the thickness of your socks. That's how you would keep them on. You had to make sure that you put all your pressure, all your pressure right near the toe of it all, near the toe, so you can keep them on. You gotta learn to walk with them suckers like that, but it's a style. Walking around no shoelaces. My mom kept telling me, stop wearing them New Yorkers. Stop wearing them New Yorkers, your feet gonna spread. Sure enough, triple E's, which is hard to get. So I like these because usually when I get the hikers, my feet will spread. They'll spread real wide because of the triple E's. Gotta get out and exercise. Yeah, it's interesting about the human body is that when you reach a certain age, I tell people your body tries to kill you. I'm not joking. Man, you will have the most jacked up stuff you ever see pop up on your radar. It's some messed up stuff. It's like your chemistry, everything goes wrong. And you're probably like, you know what, today I'm gonna give you cancer. There's some jacked up stuff that goes on. You think I'm joking? Wait. When I see people that are fit, lift weights and stuff, I say, yeah, you might want to keep that up. Because when you reach my age, because I'm 56, there was a guy and he was about 32. He was 32 years old and built real nice, built, muscular guy. And I said, yeah, you feel great, don't you? I said, wait till you reach my age. He said, what are you? I said, I'm 56. He was like, ugh. He said, yeah. And I said, at 56, yeah, come on. At 56, your body will try to kill you in the most jacked up ways you can possibly think of. I mean, all kinds of jacked up stuff will pop up. Like, and it's a good thing you're in shape when you work out, because at least you can deal with some of that nonsense that pops up. Oh man, it's crazy. People don't work out. People don't walk a lot. You don't exercise them legs enough. Guess what kicks in? Arthritis. Yeah. Very, very painful arthritis, and there's certain levels of it. So you gotta make sure you get out. Oh, look at that truck right there. Well, that's not a normal vehicle. That's definitely not a normal vehicle. Anyway, well, there's nothing behind it, so you know that's not what it is. But it looks like military. But anyway, so yeah, you don't work out or any of that stuff, run, whatever, walk, whatever, that crap's coming back to get you when you get older. Colds will take longer to leave your system. A lot longer. Your immune system will have issues. Oh, that starts to tear down. Look, he's getting this walking right now. He got his little jog on. Like, I love people that are older, that are out there walking. He's going over to the park over here. Get his walking. Go ahead, brother. Get that. That's beautiful. I love it. Driving everywhere, yeah, it's gonna kill you. If you drive everywhere you go, I mean simple places. Now, I can understand driving to places that you know doing well. You're not gonna walk 60, 70 blocks to. But if you got an area that's 5 blocks, 6 blocks, you can't hit that and you gotta be in a vehicle, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble later on. Arthritis will kick in. Yes, the joint massacre. You will go through all kinds of extreme pain. It'll be like the equivalent of somebody made your body out of tinfoil, and they decided to ball you up. We weren't even planning to go to the park. And here we are at the park. Huh. I never know where I'm going to end up at sometimes. I really don't. Yeah, we're going to be at the park. You're overweight. It's going to come back to bite you. Even by a little bit. It's going to come back to bite you. Eat a lot of fried foods. Sleep on it. A lot of starch, potatoes, rice, bread, all that stuff. It'll come back and get you. Wait till you get acid reflux disease. That's a good one right there. Oh man, that's a magical one. Some people get it early, younger, but most likely when you're older. And the jack, the way you find out about it, it's all messed up. Because you find out usually in your sleep. Yep. You'll be up late at night, shoving some hot Doritos. Orange juice is another thing. Citrus kicks it up really quick. No usual stuff you eat at night. Thinking, you know, when I'm just going to wake up, it's going to be same old, same old. Some people get it the bad way. Now, the bad way is to wake up and it coming out of your throat, the acid. Lucky you woke up. Some people die in their sleep by this stuff. Some people don't wake up, they choke to death, suffocate off that acid that pushes through their lungs, through your throat and out your nose. But if you're able to wake up out of it, God, I hope you do, it is the worst feeling in the world. It's like somebody poured battery acid down your nasal passage and down your throat. That stuff is horrible. So, we're heading to the park. Yay! So anyway, I'll push this in too while I'm here. So anyway, that's what it feels like. And man, it lingers. The smell lingers, because you can smell the acid. It lingers and it burns. It burns like no other. It's like, you ever get a sneeze and get a pretzel caught in your nose and it burns like that? It's way worse than that. And you're like, oh my God, what the heck is this? And then, the other version you have, besides throw up, is the one that when you start getting the tightness in your chest, tightness in your arm, tightness in your jaw, it's the same symptom as a heart attack. It literally is exactly the same symptom as a heart attack. And you think you're having a heart attack. You think you're about to die. No, you're having acid reflux. That's the acid splashing up to your chest cavity, wreaking all that havoc. So then you go through that pain. And that pain is unfreaking bearable. It is really unbearable. Oh man, it's unbearable. I've been there a couple of times. So then you finally go to the doctors. Well, you'll be in the doctors anyway, because you think you're having a heart attack. And that's why you'll be in there. So after feeling all that, go to the doctors and they tell you, hey, look, you got acid reflux disease. And then that's where the nightmare begins. Because then that's where you're going to figure out about food bingo. That's a good game to play. So food bingo is trying to figure out what's going to jack you up. Yeah, I got to experiment with that. And what time of the day is going to jack you up. That's the kind of stuff you'll go through. So I finally had to pinpoint and figure out that this, and this, I can't eat at this time of the day. And this, and this, I can never have again. So, not all that bad, but and just your body telling you that no more. No more the having fun, doing this, doing that, whatever. Takes you longer to get over hangovers, all that stuff. I don't drink stuff, but I know friends of mine who do drink, they had to give it up. And then especially when you find you got liver damage or kidney damage, definitely gonna be giving it up. I had a friend of mine who had a beautiful bar, very, very expensive alcohol in this bar of his. And he was an alcoholic. He liked to drink a little bit here and there. And finding out later on in life, he ended up with kidney disease. So that means no more drinking. So he had to go down into his custom bar and call up some of his friends, which he wanted to have the good stuff, and let them take whatever they wanted. Had to give it up. You have a choice there. You give it up or it kills you. So he gave it up. So no more Cuban cigars, none of that stuff, gone. He had a little smoke area down there for him. All that, gone. Went in, had a contractor go in, and turned it into a meditation room for him and his wife. Yep. Hey, Mr. Squirrel, what you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's camouflaged over there. You go. Camouflage. Oh man, this is a great park. This is a fantastic park for doing your walks in. We're not going to do a heavy walk today. We're just doing a simple walk. This is why I like these areas better than going to the gym. I don't go to the gym ever. It's not for me. Some people like going to the gym. That's what I like. That's good. Some people don't like going to the gym. There's another one right there. Do you have to go to the gym to lose weight? No, you don't. You do it from home. Let's take a long way. That's the best way to do it. Is to lose it from home. Because at least there's no excuses about, oh, it's raining outside, I can't go to the gym. It's right there. Get yourself a nice exercise bike. Get yourself a treadmill. Get up in the morning, get used to a habit, get a habit into getting on the treadmill every day and taking a walk. Next you know, you force yourself to do that, and next you know, you'll be on that treadmill every day. And then it'll be once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, and next you know, you'll be strapping on some sneakers, like, you know, I gotta break past this. You'll be out here walking around, then you'll be jogging, and next you know, you'll be like, oh, summertime coming, like, what happened? Body change. You know, and you gotta eat right while you do it. I can't stand those freaking commercials that come on. Eat whatever you want and still shed pounds. That's bullcrap. Body has to be in motion to burn that off. Bum, bum, bum. There is the what you come over there. That's the music hall. It says something about if you stood in the middle of it, you could hear everything over here. Now you can hear people talking over there. I have no idea how we're climbing up on this, nor do I feel like climbing up on it. But I'll do it for another time. But they said if you stand there, the way the acoustics are made in the ceiling, that you can literally hear someone over there. So I got to experiment with that. Because I'm not going to put a radio out there for somebody to snatch my radio. I don't think I have to worry about that, but still, I'd be taking a chance. I'm bringing one of my friends down, have him stand over there and just talk, see if he'll pick it up. Because that'd be pretty cool. I know we looped around, but we don't care. Look at that water fountain over there. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Oh, we didn't bring any freaking coins with us. Nothing? No coins? I had no idea I was coming up this way. Honestly. Dang, all right. Then we got to put in double the amount next time. I don't do the whole wish well. I believe in wishes. I believe in blessings. Look how beautiful it is out here. Look at this. Not too many people out here. Let me swing the camera around. I don't get a chance to do this too much. It's beautiful out here. These trees have been here since the 1900s. They've been here for a long, long time. Yep. You were not supposed to be in here with that. He knows better than that. But, you know, this camera's in here too. Yeah, we're getting a ticket soon. Yeah, security camera just walked right past. They see that, automatically going to get a ticket. I think it's because all their cameras up here have that tracking system on them. I know it's a shortcut through, but still, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, I found it. Imagine how many people in the 1900s took the same path I'm taking right now. And they're probably marveled by the statue, by this fountain, thinking that, wow, look at the future. We can bring fountains, water from the ocean in pipes here. This would be a breakthrough for them. 1900s, yeah, that would be a massive breakthrough. Now today it's like, no, we gotta have light shows and projectors and mapping and all this crazy technology, you know what I mean? We got the water dance, all this stuff. So, you know, because we've been there and done it too much. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. So, next time, look at the nice little frogs over here. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to begin our descend back. So I got business to take care of today. See, this is Mr. Keeping Up with the Joneses, a person that always has to show off. The fellow to the left of me, probably roughly in his 50s or so, and he's in there jump roping. If you're jump roping, why are you out in front of your house doing that? You can do that inside. Oh yeah, we got the park here. You do it over in the park. I got to get my verticals in, people. So, do our verticals. Oh, can you believe me? 50, 57, 56 years old. Pretty soon. Or 57 pretty soon. Verticals. I like them. See? Make your chest look. Verticals. Verticals are nice. I try to get those in. See? Have my chest stands out. You do a lot of push-ups every single day, and your chest will boom, boom, boom. It'll stand out. Then there's exercises you can do while you're stationary too. Stretches you can do. Those will help with that process. Let's pull up a little bit. It's funny because people come out here and think, oh, you're trying to be, no. I got into lifting for two reasons. First one involved martial arts. They wanted more power, more strikes. And the second one was lung disease. So I keep my breathing and everything in shape because I had lung disease, very bad version of it. And that's how it all started with that. So it's an exercise. And I don't get intimidated by somebody else's size. I can never understand that. Why do men do that? That's just weird. It's like all of a sudden you instantly put on a dress and you do that. Why are you intimidated by another man's build? I look at it as a way of achievement, that he worked hard to get that. I don't care. I got friends of mine that are 3 times my size. I don't sit there and get jealous here. Why? Everybody who goes to the gym, I don't go to the gym, but people go to the gym, they don't go there to become huge. Some people, everybody has a purpose on why they're there. Got people in there in cardio, got people in there for fitness training. Everybody's in there for something. Not everybody comes out of a gym. It's going to be huge and monstrous, you know. Then you got your bodybuilders. These guys will be over here. Everybody has a different section while they're there. It's nice that some of the bodybuilders are very polite because you can ask them questions like, hey, how do I work this? How to work that? And they'll tell you certain things and stuff. That's fantastic. But not everybody's like that. People don't work out. Be the first ones to judge you on everything on the face of the planet. Even the men. I get men that gave me weird stares and snares. At the end of the day, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're a man at the end of the day. And if you don't like your appearance, work on it. Don't sit back there and suck your teeth like Prince, where he sat there and said, everybody knows where you got that shirt from, and the shirt was in the men's department. That's what I see. I see somebody 3 times my size. I'm not sitting up there snickering and thinking, no, I'm thinking, wow, that's freaking crazy. Like, how much do you freaking lift? How much dedication? I respect the workout. I respect the fact that the dedication, the time and the focus that they put in to achieve that goal. I respect that. I'm not threatened by that. But I see guys that are like that. Especially if they're with their girlfriend. Oh, I can read your body language. Oh, so your body language is so easy to read. The first thing they'll do if they're with their girlfriend or wife, they'll hug her closer. Or they'll put their arm around her. Or this is when I tell you from the door, stop doing this stuff. Because this will get you hurt one day. All that looking back at the person and then whispering in her ear and she laughs, that'll get you hurt real fast. That'll get your parking lot fight. You'll get your behind whipped, I guarantee you. If you can't take the guy because he's bigger, I wouldn't challenge him. So that'll get you hurt. Because I literally had to walk over to people and say, we got problems? And I said, oh no, we got a problem, so and so and so. Don't do that kind of stuff. You're trying to be smart and do something and look back at somebody, that'll get you hurt. Don't do stuff like that. Have respect. I don't sit there, I see some guy bigger than me, I ain't gonna sit there to my ex or any of the female witness snicker. What am I, a girl? Am I a little kid at the end of the day? Come on, grow the freak up. She knows better than that. Common sense. If you should be looking at that as a way of motivation, like, wow, man, that's my goal. That's what I want to get to. Use that as a way of motivation. Oh, long way. Use a way of motivation. I saw a guy up there in the store, better cut, way better cut than me. He was like 67. I was like, oh. I said, Dad, that's freaking amazing. He said, I'm 67, young buck. He called me young buck. I was like, young buck? Who are you calling young buck? He didn't even look at his age either. Who are you calling young buck? I looked at him, started laughing. He said, dude, I said, how old are you? I said, I'm 56. He said, dude, I'm 67. I was like, oh my goodness. That's my goal right there. That's my goal. To be where he's at his age, at 67, and he looks fantastic. Yep. What do we have here? Big old chunky doggy. He's actually chunky. Like the big wide dogs, the little heads and the wider. He's gorgeous. Yep. Move over here. We try to respect the animal. But he's beautiful. Look at him. I love your dog, man. I love your dog. I'll walk over. I respect the animal. You too. I can tell. I told you I've been raising pit bulls for a long time. I know which ones are dangerous and which ones are dangerous. That'll bite your head off. Because I seen the first thing he did when the guy's out there singing and jump roping, he pushed that chest up and ears went up. Yeah, he's gonna jack dude up. No, I'm good. I'll walk over the opposite side of the dog. Especially that King German Shepherd. Good gracious. That dog is something else, man. He got an amazing attack dog. Good gracious, man. All right, this is our last pass through. We're gonna walk back. But as for the hikers, I'm buying these from now on. These are my permanent hikers from now on. These are so super comfortable. So we're wearing these from now on. I think they make a pair of high top boots for them, so we're definitely getting those. Cool. So it's a little bit tall, but smack that tree. That's why I sat there and said, no, we'll walk over here. I feel like losing a limb. Oh, needs a glass. Bringing my camera down. Anytime you can bring my camera, that means we got younglings walking past. All right. Nice, back up. That's pretty much it. These are nice. I like them. I like them. It's definitely worth the freaking 40 bucks for them. Real comfortable. To me, it ain't about style at the end of the day. It's about comfort. We get that way when you get older anyway. It's about comfort. I can walk this far out and come back. No problem. The Pumas were hurting my feet. And I didn't like them. And the New Balances, well, I ate right through them things like they weren't nothing. I had the New Balances for 1 month. And I ate the soles off those things. These things are fantastic. So, I definitely will be buying these. Just another pair of boots I like too, and they're both generics, and they are fantastic. Some people worry about people looking at their shoes and say, oh, they're generic. Who freaking cares? Now, yeah, when I was younger, yeah, I was that person. I did. Everything had to be Nikes or Adidas. But as you get older, you're like, who freaking cares? I wear it because it's comfortable. Tell me about it. You wear your Air Jordans, and I'll wear these, and we'll take a nice walk. We'll hit 20,000 steps. See who's going to start complaining first about their feet. Being comfortable is everything. And if your feet are not comfortable, if your feet are hurting, that affects your back, your legs, your neck, all that. Gives you headaches, all that stuff. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Whoosh. Some beautiful homes, right? Man. A lot of these homes are Victorian homes. That's what they are. Allentown has some really old homes. A lot of these homes are Victorians. Which, again, any place else would be super expensive. But down here, since there's so many of them, they're not expensive. They're big homes. They're really big, big houses. Some of these places, they cut them up and they convert them into apartments. Because they're just so big. Would you imagine a family of 3 lived in one of these houses? These houses are like 26. No, not 26. I would say roughly about 18, 1900 square feet. They're huge. They're big homes. Look at this. That's a freaking house. It looks like an apartment complex. That's a freaking house. So these are Victorian homes. But sometimes they buy these and they convert these into apartments because they're big. One floor is massive. So imagine a family of 3 or 4, maybe 10 were living in one of those houses. And that's the houses that actually have a firewall. As you know, some houses don't have firewalls. You have God knows what waiting for you. I'd be scared to death to have a new house today. You couldn't pay me enough money to live in one. Terrifying. The house is mostly plastic. You ever watch how they put those things together? Compared to what they put houses together in the 1950s. They did masonry work in the 1950s. Houses today, they're not even built with concrete structures. No cinder blocks, nothing. Got some wood, plywood, wooden structure. Got some insulation and all that stuff they put up there. That's pretty much it. A sledgehammer, something can literally go right through one of your walls easily. Like, I lie to you not. When we had a fire, and we lived in the older houses, and the reason why our place didn't burn down because we had a firewall. Some houses have been there since the 1700s. So, you know, come on. It's funny because I know some of them officers. I literally know some of them officers. But anyway, so them houses have been around since the 1700s. So they got firewalls. So even the police chief, well, not police chief, but a person from the fire department came down and said, look, if your houses was a new homes down the street, he said, your house would have been gone. Your houses are houses made out of matches. So all them houses, one go up, they all go up. But he said, these houses over here, these are older houses. So it'll take a while for that fire to breach that firewall. Which, that's why any house that were rented, every single one of them are the old school houses. They're better insulation, structures better. I remember one time we had a small, say something like hurricane in Philly. And one of my exes, she lived in a house, the newer houses. Man, you can hear everything in that house. The wind blowing, you can hear everything. Sorry about that. You can literally hear everything. That wind hit, you can hear the back door rattle, the front door, the windows, everything. All that, we can hear that rattle. That's why I like the old houses. Let me get around. But yeah, I take the old structures any day over the new stuff. Because like I said, a sledgehammer or a breaching ram, somebody come up to the side of your house and take your whole wall out. Especially if you got a hydraulic ram. You can easily do that, which I love. I saw that sucker in the Marvels, the hydraulic ram, the one they strapped to his car. I went and got one. I went and picked one up. That thing is the truth. You got to breach something, you put that sucker in it, yeah, it's got a charge. Goes boom, takes the whole freaking door out, hinges and all, hydraulics. I didn't think they even made it. I thought it was a joke. Because you know in Marvel movies, sometimes they over embellish stuff at the end of the day. You think that's not real. That's when Samuel Jackson's in that car, he bought the hydraulic ram to push through his car door. Yeah, you can buy those things. They're not.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Chief, how you doing, man?
Hey. Good.
All right, man. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people down here, I tell you. But yeah, hydraulic ram. I saw that, I was like, oh, is that a real thing? My buddy was like, yeah, it's a real thing. I said, where did I buy that from? He said, you gotta go to some shows to get them. He said, we got a couple of shows coming up. This is when I was in NRA. NRA, if they feel that they're comfortable with you, you go to these private little flea markets, swap meets, whatever you have, and you get to see the real toys at the end of the day. The real stuff. Stuff you're like, how the freak did they get this in here? People have military clearance. They get some of the coolest things you ever seen in your entire life. And sure, that's where I got the M16 with a rocket launcher on it. I bought it from over there for $3 grand with the launcher. Which unfortunately for me, I never got a chance to even use. Why? What the freak am I using a launcher? I bought it in spirit in the moment because I thought it was freaking cool looking. That's why I bought it. But anyway, it stayed in a locker for the longest time because it had a launcher attached to it. You can't have any explosive devices anywhere near pedestrians or especially school zones. So it stayed in the locker for the longest time, collecting dust. And a friend of mine said, hey, you want to sell it? And I said, why not? I can't do nothing with it. He did this out in the middle of the sticks. So, you know, you can use it. I can't. But anyway, yeah, hydraulic ram. You can buy it. That thing is freaking amazing. So we tested it out. I brought a couple of my friends of mine who build, and they built these doors, put these structures around them. They did all kinds of stuff, man. It took every single one of them down. I said, charge it up. It goes, you ever saw the movie that shows Big O? It looks like that when it's the door. So mine's customized. I got a fist on mine. I got a freaking transformer fist on the engine of my hydraulic ram. Play with it. Oh man. Sits in storage. What am I gonna do with it? You know? When you're out there buying stuff, you don't really think that. What am I gonna do with this? Like, why did I even purchase this to begin with? Well, we got the good workout in the day. Wonder what we got. Curious. Some people out here that are getting their workout in. Pretty soon you'll be seeing cubicle cattle. Cubicle cattle. Cubicle cattle is the people working the cubicles. When they come out to get their food and whatever to eat. Then they go right back in. But they travel in herds. Like, I guess that's their group that they hang with. You know what I mean? I can tell these are their buddy groups. Whoever they have in that cubicle, that's their buddy group that they have. So it's funny because I watch them leave and they go to the same spot every single time. They go to this pizza store and they order the same thing. A pizza. Every freaking day. Isn't that beautiful right there? God trust. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, it's all about Jesus. I'm out there spreading the word, doing the job. But yeah, every day. Do you have an idea how many calories and how much cholesterol you put in your system if you eat a pizza every freaking day? Hold on a minute. Lacing up. I gotta wax my laces so they fit tighter. Yeah, you eat a pizza every freaking day. My thing is smothered in grease. At the bottom of the box has enough grease in it to give you a full-blown Jerry curl Imagine what that's going to do to your arteries. Every day, they'll come and get a pizza. Yeah. Yep. Gonna be at work typing away, and that heart gonna start giving away. Every day. Freaking pizza every day. That's crazy. That's like eating a cheeseburger every freaking day. You ever say how they watch a fried cheeseburger? They soak it and saturated in all that heavy grease. And imagine if you take a cheeseburger and you stick it out. When it gets cold, all that white grease around it, that is literally pumping in your freaking arteries. And it's just building up this small wall around your arteries, bit by bit by bit, until there's not even enough flow for blood to push in and out. And there you are. Welcome to Heart Attack City. Because that's what's going to happen. The arteries are getting coated. Yep. They're getting coated. You know, it's the same thing like your drain pipes. You keep dumping grease on your drain pipes over and over again. What happens? That stuff gets cold, it starts building up. Next you know, it's blocked. No water can't get through it. There's your blood. That's what's happening. That's really what you do to your arteries. If a person sits there and says, well, Bird, because I was that person. I didn't have a heart attack, but I ate fast food, fried foods, about 3 and 4 times out of a week. Yep. And I wasn't feeling so good. I felt heavy. I felt exhausted all the time. Yeah. Why all that noise? You're not even moving that fast. I don't get that part. I got friends that are Spanish, but their cars had nitro systems in them, so their cars are fast. That reminds me of, when I see cars do that, it reminds me of when we were kids and we would take the baseball cards and we would basically put them on our spokes to make our sound, our bikes sound like motorcycles. Oh, that was the best time of being a kid, of having that sound, that you had an actual motorcycle. That's what it sounded like, just by wadding up some baseball cards and sticking them near your spokes. Yeah, those are the good old days of riding bikes. Yep, getting your shins busted open on some spiky freaking pedals. And then you realize when you take soccer practice and they give you shin guards and you're like, oh. Yeah, it was like magic. Because I had to take soccer practice. I took it because my friend took it. Those shin guards, when I had to go back home and I missed the pedal and my shins hit that freaking spiky area, man, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I felt like I was invincible with them things on. All right, so we're just planning to do a basic walk. So we ended up doing the full walk, which usually happens either way. But I usually tell myself, we're gonna do basic. And then I'm always at the park somewhere because that's just how it happens. But like I said, just going out and taking a simple walk, back and forth, you know, try to do a push-up. And if you get one push-up in, that's still fantastic. You get one chin-up in, that's still fantastic. At the end of the day, at least you tried. That's where it starts at. 10th Street, Lauderdale. That's where it starts at, yep. First step is the best step. Because at least you started. Now that I never understand. She's older, she's thin. There are people like that alike. They got kids and everything. You would have never guessed in a million years. They got a full family. They got that metabolism system that does that. Oh yeah. And people about to reach your 30s, I'm gonna tell you something. That weight at the end of the day, you have a hard time getting baby weight off. When you reach 30, depends on your system, this is where your metabolism slows down. Big time. I had a friend of mine, his name was Crow. Not the evil Crow, he's actually a nice guy. But anyway, ooh, look at that car. But anyway, so, oh man, the cars I saw, that's a beautiful car, right? But the cars I saw yesterday, yeah, right. Those are classics, baby. Classics. Man, the cars were gorgeous. But anyway, yeah. He's a thin guy for the longest time. He's about 120 pounds soaking wet. He's a tall dude too. And he's like, man, I'm so sick and tired of being skinny. I hate this, man. Can't wait till I gain weight. And I said, you will. I was older than him. I said, you will. I said, wait till you reach 30. Watch what happens. You're going to regret what you just said. And one day I bumped into him. He was roughly almost about 260, 270. I mean, it was fitting for his size and all, but he didn't want to be that big. And he said, I said, dude, what happened? He said, you were right. When I reached 30, 32, 33, everything started sticking. He wasn't burning it off as fast as he thought he could burn it off. So then now, instead of eating whatever the freak you want to eat, as much as you want to eat, can't do it anymore. You got to watch everything you eat. Once you reach that 2 something, at 230, 250, you're pushing the 300 easy. You're hitting 300 easy. So that's why you got to be careful when you get that range. I'm 180 pounds. So I'm perfect. I'm staying where I'm at. I'm not trying to go anywhere past 180. I was 250 and I was lifting. I was over at Disney World. But now I'm at 180. I'm happy with 180. I'm staying there. Because that's easy to tilt over into that 300 range. But in mind, you keep in mind, all that getting big. My friends on my side, like I said, are huge. They're big guys at the end of the day. And they got to keep up with that. Because if you don't keep up with that lifting, at the end of the day, all that turns into fat. And you get heavy, and you become overweight. So you got to keep up with it. Unless you figure a way how to lose the weight, get it off you, and then slim down and trim it. But if you can't keep up with it, and you can't lift weights like that forever. It's not going to happen. You reach maybe, if you make it to 60, maybe 70, maybe to 80, you can't continue to lift weights like that. That's just when arthritis and all that other jacked up stuff kicks in. You have to minimize exactly what you can do. And then to keep up that at the end of the day, because my body, I got friends of mine that are big. I said, how are you going to keep that up? When you're reaching like that freaking 60 mark, 70 mark. He said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it down. I'm going to trim it down, get it down to a nice build, and leave it at that. It's okay, that sounds like a plan. And then some people get caught up in, like say, you see some of these guys that wrestle and stuff like that, and you see them now like, what the frick happened to them? Get caught up in the Hollywood life, having fun. They do less lifting, less working out, eat more of that food they usually don't eat, and then their bodies get heavy. But you can still see the muscle building. You definitely can see it. I saw this one guy walking down the street. He must have been roughly about maybe late 60s. You could tell that joke used to lift weights. You could definitely tell. His shoulders were huge. But you just minimize it now so you can't go and lift the big heavy weights anymore. Because man, once you get that Mr. Hi, my name is Mr. Back. And I'm a small little nerve right down near your buttocks area. I'm gonna pull this little area right here and you can't walk anymore. That nonsense. Good gracious. Yeah, you pinch that nerve, you're screwed on so many levels it's not even funny. That thing will stay with you for weeks and months. Yep. So I got mine from skating. Cause you know, you're young, vert skating, jumping in a bowl, hitting your grinds, doing all that stuff. You're thinking, I got immortality. Yep. Until you make a mistake and you miss. Like you don't actually nail the bowl, you're not sliding into the bowl, you actually miss. And then that's when you find out. So somehow when I went to go jump into this vert when I was young, I missed the entire side of the bowl and I went straight down, bam, on my back. That's how I messed my back up. And then after that, I was able to get around that to a certain degree. And then I jacked it up again. Slipping off a piece of ice, landed out in the middle of the street and landed on my neck. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. So basically I don't like to take medications because medications basically build up in your system, messes with your kidneys and liver, stuff like that. I basically start using like natural remedies and stuff like that. And I'm able to move about with no problem. But yeah, I can still lift. I can still work out and this and that, but I don't push certain areas in the day because, again, I might trigger that. But once you trigger that, you're scared of triggering it again. Now, for some people at the end of the day saying, well, that's a weak area. The weak area means it's a very dangerous area for you. I'll tell you why. Because that section, if I have an area that's weak on my body, I'll protect it at all costs, which means I'll use full contact on you. Which means this will be like the equivalent of sticking your hand into a bag of cotton or wood chipper. Which one you decide? Because if I know that you're aiming for that side, I'm snapping your leg or arm or anything else and get my hands on, that I know that won't be functioning anymore. I'm not going to play with you anyway. I'm old. That's the difference between young fighters and old fighters. Young fighter will play with you. Old don't play with you. It's a long day. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. So objects will take you out as fast as possible, minimum of damage as possible, because I don't want to go to court for this mess. And we're done with it. That's it. The chances are I'm probably going to snap something on you, like some fingers, your wrist, elbow, shoulder, something like that. Something you can't work out with. Once you snap, that's the end of it. Nobody really think about it. Pain is a very interesting way of communication. It's very interesting on how basically decisions are made through pain. You snap the right joint, right area, strike somebody the right way, that's the end of it. All the fight's gone. But that's a game like you, then you got a problem on your hands. You got a fighter just like you. Other than that, here's what it is.
For Monday, not like on that.
Now, before we get into this whole troll nonsense, because the trolls come on and go, oh, we think she's a tough guy. No, never said that. I never said that at all. I'm trained. That's all I said. At the end of the day, I stay in my circle. At the end of the day, I mind my own business. I'm polite to everybody. I met that guy over in Family Dollar. What a nice person, too. I got a lot of friends, people I connect to at the end of the day, and I stay within my circle. I'm a humble person. But if you walk in my circle at the end of the day, I'll give you fair warning, leave me alone. I'll walk about my business. You someone persists, well, guess what? You're going in a flashing truck, because I'm not going to play games with you. I'm not going to sit there and dance with you, nothing. I'm going to take out as many joints as I possibly can. Well, I can't do that. That'd be definitely going too far. Probably snap your kneecap. You got to stand on that thing, right? It's going to be hard for you to walk around with your kneecap busted in. That's the first thing I'll probably go for. Or your groin, chest, back. Nah, I'd be going too far with that. And you definitely have back problems after that. But anyway, that's why I'm glad I'm protected by Jesus, because I don't have to go down that road. Never had any confrontations. Everybody up here is polite and nice. Never had an incident. Maybe had a little people I had to say something to. That's about it. That's as far as it goes. They're not bumping these people anyway. And we end up talking and laughing about it. And I had a bad day that day. Right back at you. And that's it. Where you about to go? I'm about to go up here, so. You been to so-and-so? Yes, I have. Check that out. They got this place over here if you'd like to go eat over there. Really? All right, cool. We go up to each other, get something to eat. There you go. I'm about building friends, not enemies. But I remember Danny writing in the letter that he was going to smack me in the mouth. Danny, you really want to do that? Because I will basically set up a ring match. I will. Me and you in the ring, full contact. Don't say stuff like that, man. You can't back off. Literally made a statement like that. In an email, he was smacking me in the mouth. You want to set up a ring fight? Come on. You can handle me. I'm pretty sure you can take me. No, you can't. No, you can't. That walk was fast, wasn't it? We really passed that fast. Dad, go on it. We ain't getting nothing out of that. We're already, oh man, that went quick. Nah, I can't do that. I'm Christian, I can't do that. We can't fight somebody in the ring. I don't use it for that anyway. But yeah, I don't like the fact that he thinks he's better than people at the end of the day. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that's about him. He thinks he's better than other people. And then on top of that, he doesn't like people because of, he said some very nasty things to me, so I didn't appreciate that. And then tell me you're going to smack me in the mouth. I mean, buddy boy, I set a ring fight up for you. We go in a ring and fight. But, like I said, you ain't going to survive it anyway. You're too old. You gotta be like disrespecting my elders, and I'm old myself. Man, I'm not even tired. What the freak? I like this, man. I'm not even tired, like no winded, nothing. I have lung disease, like really serious lung disease. But we can't do that anyway. Well, people hate that in the day. I try to keep that in control. You go and tell somebody you're going to smack them in the mouth, but what are they going to do? They don't come see you. They're gonna come see you and they're gonna have that conversation with you. Like, I heard you said so and so you was gonna do so and so and so. How about now? See? But you're lucky I'm a mature guy at the end of the day, because I know where you live at. I'll set up a ring fight. I'll send you the invitation, everything. Heck, bring some of your family or some of your sons or whatever. I need a challenge at the end of the day. But we can't do that. I have to be good. But don't go around telling people and smack somebody in the mouth. I'll see you in court anyway. I'll see you face to face, man to man. You can tell me there how much you'll smack me in my mouth. I bet you don't say anything. Most likely it's always like that. But anyway, people, this was nothing. This was easy. We got 7,000 in. So 7,000 in is basically how we start our day. The walk we just now, because I walk all over Allentown. I got to be at a lot of places. So I walk here, I walk there, I walk everywhere. So that's how I start my day. I start my day with 7,000. So by the time I get done running around, doing all the errands and everything I got to do, I'm roughly going to be over probably around 18, 19,000 steps in. And I got to go to this place which, it's going to push my meter through the roof. It's the area I got to go to. And it's at least about, it's a huge, whatever. Oh, it's a hummingbird. It's a freaking hummingbird right there. I didn't have hummingbirds over there. I've never seen one of those before. What the freak? It's a hummingbird. All right, so bottom line is we're going to get it to probably about 18, maybe 19,000. The meter only goes up to 24,000. That's basically about it. Well, damn. She's pretty. All right. That's a pretty woman. Damn. Anyway, I'm going to get back, get a couple push-ups in, lift some more weights, and then come back out and I got to run my errands. Woo! That bus is slow. I had some fun. This is why I got to catch myself at the end of the day. Because I told you, sitting there, getting there quick, you do. I just don't like the fact this man telling me at the end of the day that he gonna smack me in my mouth. And I got to calm down on that. I got to relax on that. Because Rogers, I'm going to tell you something, man. And I try to keep this Christian 100%. But man, I dare you to say that to my face in that courtroom. I will take you outside that courtroom and I will beat the brakes off you. You got the wrong person. You can't be going and telling people you're going to smack them in their mouth. What do you think? You're going to be my slave owner or something? You got to be careful about saying stuff like that to people. People don't take kindly to that. That privilege nonsense, you'll figure it out. He's going to go to jail anyway. I got phone calls to make about that joker. You got to go to prison anyway. Because you'll figure it out. Say that nonsense over there. And let's see what happens at the end of the day. Ooh, had a pit bull? Oh man, some nice one too. He's gorgeous. Man, that's a beautiful dog, man. I like those markings on him. He's gorgeous.
Yep, he's half pit, half lab.
Really? Oh, that's different. I like that. Half pit, half lab. Never heard that one before. That's interesting. All right. I got to start my day. Got things I got to take care of. Got my workout in. Got my walk in. Sorry, people. Sometimes we got to go dark here a little bit. But I just don't dislike the fact that people are going to say nasty things by slapping me in the face. And yet this coward at the end of the day, you know where I live at. You can come see me anytime you want to, Rogers. Anytime. But anyway, I got to take care of this business. Got to go.